I'm outside the front of St Nicholas Church in Bawtry. I know nothing about it. It says on here founded in AD 1190. One of the things you'll probably find out is that a lot of these churches were put where existing sites were. Like for example, at Lawton there's a church there called St John's, and it was put next to a well that people used to come to. So rather than actually pushing people there, they just moved to where they already were going and then pushed the religion on top of them from there. But I was never one for going in graveyards until I started to see some strange facts from watching Dora Vernon's videos. I just see if one of the problems you'll find is you can't find any gravestones before the 1700s. They can find a few to about 1740, but those graves have usually got a J notation in front of them. So like for example, if it was 1757, that's 1857, it would have J857. But that's the question, why would you put a J instead of a 1? I've seen that on a couple of, in fact about 3 gravestones so far, a couple at Southampton Church and one at Lawton Church. So I'm just going around if anybody can tell me what's going off here. But most of these graves are probably 18th, 19th century. But I did see an interesting video on Eam Church, and it was like theatre in the graveyard at Eam. I mean, this is really strange, this like pillbox. It's like a letterbox to me. But I find very few graves in the 1700s. Find a few more in the 1800s and then a lot more in the 1900s. What I do find a lot of is these types of graves, where they're just blank, nothing on them. I can't believe so many graves just go like this. And I think I've actually got a 1790 graveyard. I didn't think I saw it. Don't think I saw that the other day. That's 1790 written in the normal way. It's more like an I79, but they tend to do smaller letters at the front and little letters at the back. But when it gets more down to 1700, 1725 or 1730, you'll notice there's actually a J in front, so that will be a J790. Well, I'm just sort of just giving you a good feeling. You can stop the video on any of these and have a bit more of a dig on them and tell us what's going on. I think that 1700 one, I didn't see that the other day when I came. There's loads of 1860s. Blank grave again. Mostly 1800s and then 1900s, but then there'll probably be another graveyard. I mean, that's 1806, 1825, 1799. So that's quite well, I mean that's 1825, so that's well preserved really. But it's not a big graveyard, this. And I'm assuming it probably got superseded. Well, probably everybody turned to being a Methodist. It would have been nice to have found a 700, a J1, like I found at Southampton and Lawton, but I'm lucky to even find a 1700 one. I know the richer people used to get buried in the churches, but the J bit really does it for me. Why, if it's before 1750, there's a J notation, and then it goes to 1 after 1750. There's been a lot of deception for the last 3 years over COVID. So if they've deceived us over COVID, they've deceived us over 9/11. If you look at World Trade Tower 7 coming down, you'll see it was a controlled explosion in a government secure building, and the only way you could do that is to detonate every pillar. Oh, we got another 1778 one, same again. It's above the 1750, so it's a 1. They can deceive us on things like that, weapons of mass destruction. All Saddam had was a few chemical things. He went in to do other things in Iraq. I think a lot of it was about minerals, and also one of the other things I heard about it was also to do with artifacts, and also they reckon that there's portals there for either time travellers or people travelling through the universe. Like I say, there's so many blank graves in here. But I've just gone round quickly just to see if anybody else can, like there, you wonder if that's some sort of, if that's blood on it, because it's red. Have they been sacrificing in the graveyard? I don't know. Well, it could be animals or something like that. Some very strange goings on in graveyards. 1809. You can see that's about all the graves. And this one I think is 1821, and that looks pretty preserved. Yet some of them, there's just absolutely nothing on them. So I'll just show you a little bit of the church if anybody's interested. Seems to be no gargoyles on this one. And I have seen one that Dora did from Blythe, which is close to me, but I've never, other than taking a picture of the church, never been up close to it and studied it. The one at the Blythe, they're quite awful gargoyles on it. And when I spoke to somebody, when I was taking photos around Blythe, he said that they brought the monks from Roach Abbey and slaughtered them in the graveyard. So I think there was some other, I think it was a monastery of some kind also next to Blythe Church. He said some lady who was a psychic had come up with that fact that she believed that there'd been something quite horrific had gone off. Like I say, it's for a place like Bawtry with so much wealth, it's not a fantastic looking church in my opinion, but that's my opinion. I certainly don't like that extension on it. Awful. Just doesn't go in with the actual character of the building. And it seems strange here, there's a doorway entranceway. It's not a particularly good entranceway on the front, but it was at the original entranceway into the church. But it looks like it's been it's been bricked up the same as that. But that's it. So like I say, it's not a spectacular church in my opinion. I don't think I can find really anything more interesting to show you. Some sort of symbolism here. What's that all about? But there'll be experts out there who can tell me what things are in here. So that's it. Quick video of St Nicholas Church at Bawtry for anybody who can't get out but is interested in some of the signage.